Actually, I address my views with a liberal message from such a liberal Democrat like I am, Californian liberal Democrat like I am. Actually, my name is Armenak Nurjanyan, and actually, I'm glad with my viewers. Actually, sometimes enjoy this unique political message, and I promise them to deliver in-depth analysis on all political messages being discussed. Unlike that right-wing shows where we don't care to get into the depth of political messages or dismiss politics as such. I actually am very much interested in analyzing political statements of different political leaders. And I believe that today I address my message of liberal democracy, to get Barack Obama elected. I believe that Barack Obama has doesn't have enough lead on John McCain, or his Republican opponent. Barack Obama is a conservative Democrat who actually used to say he would be making perfect president, and he used to say he would strike out, looking for a chance to strike out. Is he going to strike out against the American nation? Is he going to pose as an agent for progressive change or regressive change? I believe that his latest caper to introduce war in Afghanistan is imperialist aggression. It is actually unnecessary for young American lives to be taken in Afghanistan. Right now, about 980 young American soldiers were killed in action in Afghanistan, as this American aggression against Afghanistan continues. I believe this is very unjustified, and there is no Al-Qaeda, Iman, Taliban tribal Pashto warriors. We only blame Barack Obama, Democratic candidate Barack Obama can place on Afghani Pashto fighters is when being Taliban, and it turns out that we are being guilty of being alive and kicking, and if reactionary political views, let's say Taliban views, are not like Obama, it doesn't mean we should send a Predator missile, roboticized missile drones, to destroy innocent lives, of Afghani Pashto tribal fighters. This is called violation of human rights, and this campaign against Afghani Pashtos is not campaign against Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda is an entity of American drug dealers, first of all, and there was millionaires who contribute to illegal drug dealing and buy narcotics from them in large amounts. And I believe Al-Qaeda is a network of American drug traffickers and drug dealers, and should be dealt as such. All those strikes during 9/11 bombings came from Chicago, the motherland of Illinois Senator Barack Obama. And from American Airlines and Florida Flight School, and came from Florida as well. About 3 terrorist-laden planes with Mohammed Atta group from a pilot in the Florida Flight School came from Miami area, from Florida, and 1 plane came from Chicago. It means that Al-Qaeda actually is a terror group based, financed by Colombian drug lords, who promised to destroy American buildings, as the government doesn't allow them to traffic narcotics through the countryside and arrest them for drug dealing. This is actually a strictly affair paid and financed by Colombian drug dealers and American millionaires. No Afghani national was involved in the 9/11 bombings. All were Saudi Arabians, Arab drug traffickers, or Lebanese nationals, but no Afghani national or Afghani citizens were ever involved in 9/11 bombings, and none of them came from Afghanistan. So Afghanistan has nothing to do with 9/11 bombings and with Al-Qaeda movement, very little, except they had terrorist training camps. We were bombed in 2002 by American Air Force that would train some Al-Qaeda terrorists, and Mohammed Atta, a few of them, visited those training camps for terrorists. But since then the situation changed, and the most immediate threat of Al-Qaeda and narco-terrorism comes from America proper, because Americans were actually dealing in narcotics, and Colombian drug lords and American millionaires contributed lots of money as a result of reactionary tax cuts to rich, delivered by Republican Party. You know, anytime Americans will, religion, democracy, and democratic principles, we will suffer the onset of neo-fascism that hates intellectuals. And I believe that this Republican President George Bush Jr. Came to power as a result of a neo-fascist coup d'etat and overthrow of democracy in November 2002, when he lost popular vote by 1% to conservative Democrat Al Gore. Al Gore promised to implement welfare reform in his presidential debate with President George W. Bush. And George W. Bush then said that he didn't know what he was doing there. It was presidential debates. I can recall that. And I recall that Federal Election Commission first declared Al Gore, conservative Democrat, winner in the presidential contest in November 2000. And actually was manual recount of ballots in Palm Beach, Florida County, was done on the orders of Florida Supreme Court. And when that electoral college, and when Republican presidential candidate George Bush was losing the electoral college by 150 narrow margin, as I saw that number 150 in the window, in the lower right window of the screen on CNN, then actually U.S. Supreme Court delivered a blow to U.S. democracy, low blow to U.S. democracy, and canceled the results of the Florida Supreme Court ordered manual recount of ballots in Palm Beach County, where electoral fraud of 3,000 ballots taken place, and position number 3 of Al Gore changed its position, changed its whereabouts from its proper place to the position of number 5 of reactionary journalist Buchanan's position. And therefore this election and the recall 2003 were tainted by overthrow of democracy. As a Republican governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger illegally seized power and illegally came to power by losing recall 2003 to conservative Democrat Gray Davis, as Gray Davis had 1 million ballots more, according to the statements of California Electoral Commission website, as I saw it in October 2003. Gray Davis had about 2,500 ballots, 2,500,000 ballots, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, reactionary Republican candidate, had about 1,500,000 ballots, and Democratic Lieutenant Governor Bustamante had about 500,000 ballots. And I believe that actually, Gray Davis had about 2 million ballots cast for him, according to California Electoral Commission information website. And I believe it was overthrow of Democrats by neo-Nazi Republican Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, who shot himself the enemy of working class people and who tried to cut wages to prison guards. And he tried to cut taxes to the rich, and he's a prostitute of American imperialism, trying to dominate social programs and terrorize innocent people. And I believe Arnold Schwarzenegger had his agenda rejected by the majority of California voters at a referendum. So he and his neo-Nazi cronies from Republican parties can actually back off, and I believe that Democrats will be able to take over the Californian governor post rather soon. And I believe that Barack Obama should refuse from his agenda of waging imperialist warfare in Afghanistan in order to become real popular, because in our 50-50 situation, according to Gallup poll, he's likely to lose the presidential election in November, because he has not more than about 3% in a poll of advantage, and he needs to stop imperialist warfare in Afghanistan to save young Americans' lives. This imperialist aggression must stop, and Barack Obama should not count on it. Otherwise, I will keep calling him imperialist butcher, and he slaughters innocent Americans in Afghanistan, because hit after hit will be just more bloodshed in Afghanistan, and he wants a war against Muslim religion, and it is very wrong. He should not pit Christian against Muslim. If he had taken bribes from Chicago and this industrialist Brown, the Crown, and according to Los Angeles Times.